said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wildcats offense will have first crack at this one. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Ship. Oh, they're after him! Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Rush is on him, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they corral the ball, so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Hauls it in. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Tell you, you got to be brave as a slot receiver to run these slant passes because you're catching it right around linebackers and safeties are coming crashing down. You really have to have a ton of confidence running that route.
Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Might be calling a hot route. looking to throw on first down. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Going for 6. To the end zone and is picked off. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
When you get in the red area, as a quarterback, you got to be dialed in. You got to be really sharp, really crisp. You have to play with great timing. The field is so shrunk. Everybody's got such a little area to cover. Fitting it in tight windows is tough to do, and he failed on that play right there.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out.
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking to pass. It's Ship. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing it because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. USC is currently working from behind, but in front of a packed Coliseum, anything is possible. That fight song, those uniforms, momentum. quickly. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to... We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. And they swarm him under.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Quickly out to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to break down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
And some room to work. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, they'll go to the air. Good timing on the quick out. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. He's loose. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. They'll run it from the gun. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Surging forward on the sneak. Scores on the sneak.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
The extra point here would tie the game. down the middle. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
To the air, it's Ship. Makes the grab. Got room at the 35. There he goes to the right. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Wildcats. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Here's the handoff. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quarterback may change this route. The play action fake. He'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He'll pull it down and run. Quarterback gets the first down and more. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
These last 2 plays really are a microcosm of why this guy is so dangerous as a dual-threat quarterback. He showed you the arm talent. He showed you the accuracy on the previous completion. And then on this play, it's not open, so he takes off and runs and gets it. There's so many different ways this guy can affect you as a defense because of his athleticism, man. He is a special talent.
Buckeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Power football with the run. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. These 2 defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
On the run, it's Melton. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Quarterback making checks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
And the Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He's got it on the run. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Trying play action. He's looking deep. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. A strike downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the bill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Got his man downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Kentucky now operating in the red zone. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, what a caught! Touchdown, Kentucky! And they take it in for 6 more points.
evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Off the RPO, complete. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Hunt is on its way. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this.
Turning it on! They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Dropping back, it's Ship. Makes the grab. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Melton. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They go to the ground. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Reads it, fires complete. Fighting off the defender. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He cannot get it in, a mere inches away from pay dirt. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Second and goal coming up. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On second and goal, he carries again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have...
Going right back to the... We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more snap coming before halftime. Might be changing the route. Second down, he'll throw it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed, he simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those two turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives. You want to put up a bunch of yards.
There he goes. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll try to pop the draw. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got the back over the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to him again.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And the Buckeyes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
From the 30-yard line on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Takes the pick back to Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game runner.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it, Ship. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Another sack by this defense, but how about this QB? He continues to get back up every single time, still leading his team, still staying positive, still putting them in a good position to win this football game.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And how about that back-to-back sacks? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he's got some space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Wildcats are marching down the field. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. They'll try the run. Got room to work. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off play action on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Wants to throw. It's Ship. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Kick is... Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Hand off to the fullback. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. And it is another interception. Just a terrible for this quarterback. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. It's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. To run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback going straight down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
The give to the back. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. They got it. It's blocked. He picks it up. That's a lot. He's running free down the middle. The 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have...
And he picks it off in their end zone. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
That is the easiest pick you will ever have in your life. You talk about a pick six. All he returned it, made people miss. Nope. Nice play in the end zone to catch the football, get the pick, put 6 points on the board for this defense.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to... you, Jesse. I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instant.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
It's a draw. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Schiff. Got his man in the middle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. The tap, and he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Kentucky!
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands.
They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll start this drive going to the air. Complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the 3rd quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Right on the money. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going to take off. Stop right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a fourth down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, looking to pass. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Ship. Pocket breaking down. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. He's got his man across the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out quickly.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He's got it. And he'll be brought down. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. He wants to throw it again. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Offense changing the play. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? 1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Ohio State. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late, and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with a surge by the O-line.
And the yards just continue to stack up for this dude. We've already talked about he made over 300, over 400. Now he's over 450 on the game. He has been on fire.
Tries to slither forward on the sneak. You know, it's not just about pushing forward. You've got to find that little crevice that'll let you get to the first down mark.
Yeah, where's the old Bush push play? USC Notre Dame. It's famous now. You need a guy behind you helping you get that first down. We need more teamwork here between this QB and running back.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
He wants to change this route. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw it. A little screen to the running back. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. It's complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, the ground game. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Buckeyes come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. On third and short, the power run here. Touchdown, Buckeyes! that. They move out front here in the fourth.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. This drive will open from the 15. Rides the back and leaves it.
And here's the thing, the strategy. You want to run the ball because, yes, you want to score and you want to win, but you don't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for their offense to get another opportunity. So that's a bit of the gamesmanship going on right now. And I think you're seeing that with their offensive coordinator and his choice in play call.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Gotta have it here on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. So after hitting bankrupt, spinning that wheel of fortune, now this offense can tack a little more onto the lead. They have it 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he reels it in for a touchdown, and that just might seal it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? USC looks like a legit title contender right now. That offense is just having its way. They're up by 21 over Rutgers. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Motion from the wide receiver. Using his feet. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Ship. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unloads to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They are in business, starting this drive inside the 10-yard line. They'll go to the air. Trying to find the end zone. Tick, 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 tick. Clock winding down, and they're in for the touchdown.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Wants to fire on second down. Bring in the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got it. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. It's caught. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And the defense finally steps up, man. They've had a tough day down here near the goal line defending the pass. Like, he's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. Nice job on this play. Nice response. Try to get them.
Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Buckeyes. How about this defense taking one back to the house? They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Back to pass, it's Ship. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone, won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0. What a cannon this dude has for an arm.
And there's nothing more frustrating than you watch a Hail Mary and they don't get it to the end zone, or they throw it out of the back of the end zone. Great job by the quarterback. You got to put that thing way up in the air, and he does, and his receiver comes down with it. What a play.
After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That